everyone, my name is Sophie Clyde-Smith and I'm the Modern Career Coach, and I'm super passionate about improving the quality of life of modern professionals through helping them to build fulfilling and authentic careers and businesses. So I'm actually a trained transformational life coach, and whilst I really do focus on people's careers and businesses, I'm ultimately actually really passionate about supporting your overall well-being. And so I know a lot of people are stuck at home at the moment due to these really difficult and uncertain times, which is why I wanted to jump on and share 3 top tips about how to stay sane during this period of time and to add any positive things that I can. I know there's a lot of really amazing content being shared already, things like exercising and staying digitally connected, which is definitely things I'd recommend. You know, I've been for a run today. I've spoken to 3 people on FaceTime, both personally and professionally. So definitely be doing all those things, but I'm here to share a few little extra bits which hopefully can add some value to you during this time. So my first top tip is to be purposeful. A lot of us are stuck at home, and so suddenly we've got a huge amount of extra time. We're not commuting, we're not socialising, so we've got all these extra hours in the day. And this can be a really good thing, but what are you going to do with all that extra time? Some of you may be feeling a real lack of structure and feeling like there's a bit of a lack of meaning to what you're doing right now. Maybe you've stayed in your pajamas all day or you haven't showered yet, which is totally fine for a couple of days, but the novelty will wear off and you may be left feeling a little bit lost. I really encourage you to inject some purposefulness into your day. And another word for purpose is reason or meaning. So what is the reason behind what you're doing? What is the meaning behind that task? And you can get it really simple and back to basics, but I really want you to reflect on that, because during these uncertain times, this can be a really difficult time for you, feeling like you've lost the sense of meaning. So think about these questions. What is the reason behind why I'm doing this today? What can I focus on? How can I inject some meaning into my relationships, into my professional life, into the exercise that I'm doing? And hopefully that's going to help you to combat the uncertainty of being stuck at home for quite a lot of hours and not really having structure to your day. Other tips on this one include making sure that you do have some routines, so you have some structure, make sure you're getting up, that you are getting dressed, and that you have different things that you're doing at different points in the day to make sure that you are having a little bit more meaning and purpose to what you're doing. My second tip is to break it down. During these extraordinary levels of uncertainty, it's important to break down the month, break down the week, and literally break down the day and just focus on the day to day. We aren't sure what the next few weeks are going to bring us. So what we can do is focus on today, focus on what your priorities are, or tomorrow, and break everything down into much smaller, digestible, bite-sized pieces, which are going to help you to deal with that uncertainty. We can really get back to basics here, so you can have really simple, small, achievable goals each day. So spreading love to your community, supporting your co-workers, tapping into some of your creativity, doing some art, being helpful to those around you. All these are just simple, small little goals that can help you feel like you are achieving something each day. Please do feel free to share some examples of what your achievable small goals are for each day in the comments or by replying. We would love to hear from you and to get engaged with what you guys are up to. As things become more certain, your goals can expand, and you can look at the next day, the next week, and the next month as we start to gain a little bit more clarity on where this is all heading. My third and final tip for staying sane whilst you're working from home is to take advantage of the silver linings. This really is a testing time for everyone, and for anybody who is being, directly or indirectly impacted physically, emotionally, in whatever way by Covid-19, my thoughts are absolutely with you. But history does prove that often out of really dark times can come opportunity, and there are always some silver linings. We're already hearing some incredible stories from around the world about how everyone is coming together and really supporting each other. So that's the silver lining. Other silver linings are things like you have so much more time if you are working from home. Perhaps this is a bit of a wake-up call for you in your life, when it can give you an opportunity and time and headspace to reflect on what is really important to you. What is it that you're doing with your life? How can you make a difference once things all get back to normal. And this can be an opportunity for you to actually create some real positive changes in your life. So take a moment to reflect and think about all the silver linings. And what I actually encourage you to do is grab a journal, make a bit of a list, and that can be your achievable goal for today. By nature, humans are biologically wired to focus on fears and negatives twice as much as positives. This comes from our ancestors, comes from our caveman days. And so during this time, it is going to be a case of a lot of fear and a lot of fear mongering. So you can combat that by being more positive, celebrating your successes, achieving your little goals, and just focusing on the day to day. My mantra for March is going to be spread love, not fear. What's yours going to be? Okay, so just as a quick roundup, my top 3 tips for staying sane at home are: be purposeful, break it down, and take advantage of the silver linings. Did these tips help you? Did they resonate with you? If they did, please give a thumbs up below and share with any friends or family who are stuck at home, which is going to be a lot of people, and who may benefit from having practical and proactive support and advice during this time. All right, everybody, sending lots of love to every single one of you. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Sophie Clyde-Smith, the Modern Career Coach.